Ladies and gentlemen, join us as we embark into uncharted territory. No format, no script, only an outline of a suggestion of a plan.
We are your hosts, Scott Grubb,
Matt Robinson,
Dan Default.
and we are Unbracketed.
So
serious.
See, it's not that fucking hard, Scott.
Did you forget your
One
name
take,
was
that's
second?
it. One take. No, I was trying to give a little bit of space. Shut up. I'm the editor. One take. It's all we had. It's all we need. Welcome to Unbracketed, everybody. It's episode 2. Episode 2 of Unbracketed. I did create a playlist with Unbracketed episodes on the YouTube, so when this uploads, it'll be separated from all the other episodes.
Good thinking.
Yeah, I mean, on occasion, I do plan.
You have ideas.
I mean, sometimes, not like frequently by any means. But, I mean, who knows? Sometimes I can figure it out. What are we going to talk about first today, Scott? You fuck.
Oh, God, this week. So, flashback, small flashback. We're all like not excited for this part. I'm excited to get my thoughts out. So, last week, my lovely wife joined the podcast for our first ever Between the Covers segment, which out of context sounds terrible. It is our book club for the reluctant. She selected a book for us, Ice Planet Barbarians. We have only finished
by a supposed
part 1
woman.
of the book. Huh?
By a supposed woman.
Yeah, I don't know.
By.
We have all read through part 1 of the book, which is roughly like 22% of the book, I believe, somewhere around there. We wanted to give initial thoughts, see how do we feel now that we've gotten through this first part, chapter, whatever you want to call it. It's called part in the book.
Okay. Do you want me to go first or do you want me to go last?
Your stressed out face. No, why don't you go ahead and kick us off? I think you're the most avid reader of the group.
I am. That's absolutely true. Sorry, Dan. How many fucking books have you read this
Why
year?
are you doubting this, Dan? Hold on. Let's explore this. Why are you grimacing like that?
Well, because I read too.
How many books have you read this year?
Part 1 of 1.
Okay.
How many books have you read this month?
Which is this month? 3. Wait, last month. It is October now, technically. So in September, I read 3 different books.
Yeah, go ahead.
You want to talk shit now, Captain Daniel?
About this book.
God, this book is so. So here's the thing. Right away, right. First thing that I said after I started reading it, after last week's episode, is it is horribly written. Horribly. My number one issue with it so far, and I there may be people out there that disagree with me on this, but if they exist, fuck you. No fictional book should be written in the present tense. I'm sorry. It shouldn't. You are telling a story. Tell it as it happened. That's how books are written, in the past tense. Oh my God, within the first 3 sentences, it's like, oh, I'm tired. I'm working. I need to go to sleep. It's like, no, you were tired. You did work. And then you needed to go to sleep. They don't have, it's not all right now. It really bothered me really bad. So that's right off the bat. Does anybody else have any complaints before I keep going?
Yeah, there is one part of the terrible writing for this book that stands out to me that drove me nuts with every instance. And that is the redundant iteration.
It
Anyway,
depends on what you're trying to say.
Yeah. Anyway,
either iteration or iterization.
One of the two of them,
or obliteration,
where the writer would say, or the kid, the protagonist would say something to the effect of like, "I needed to go to sleep. Actually, I couldn't sleep," or it would be like, "It was like a jail cell. Actually, a cage. I'm like, just fucking say what it is the first time. Every third paragraph ended with his eyes were deep dark blue. Actually, they were ice cold blue. What the fuck? How did you mistake it the first time? Decide what you want to say and then say it. Oh my gosh, that drove me nuts.
I'd like to point out the way that you just explained all of that was in the past tense, as it's supposed to be written. You just corrected it naturally.
Yeah, well.
The
Right,
way
sorry,
that she described everything in this book was awful. I remember there's a part where she beats up an alien with its own weapon and then puts on its clothes to go out into the ice world.
Can we
Right?
can we stop for a hot second? Spoilers abound for this stupid book.
I mean, again, this is only the first 22% of the book.
It's not a lot.
It's
I
not
just
a
want to
lot.
throw that out there.
This is within your first 30 minutes of reading.
So she beats an alien to death with its own weapon and then puts on its clothes to go out into the cold. And never in my life did I imagine myself ever reading it. It was tight on my chest and made it look like I had a uniboob.
Yeah.
Like the way that she everything that she described was in that ilk. It was so bad and so
we're supposed to
painful
believe
read.
this girl that has been abducted by aliens cares that she looks like she has a uniboob right now. That's not going to be a thought in her mind.
Not just that,
There's
but
no
at this
way
point,
it is.
And she also
in the
says
fucking
right
book,
after that, she was like, I'm not wearing this for fashion. I'm wearing this for function. What the fuck is going on in your mind?
yeah, what
You're
I'd
on
like
an
to point
alien
out,
planet, and that's your thought?
not only that,
Jesus.
hold on, prior to all of that, right? Because the dude, the fucking alien, the basketball head. So look, Georgie is our main character, okay? Georgie gets abducted while she's sleeping, wakes up, something's being examined on her. She screams, she goes back to sleep, gets woken up again in a cage. Then she sees another girl get brought in, fight against the people, then they rape her. Sorry, rape, whatever. That should be censored, but real bad. And not it's not super descriptive, but it's more than enough. More than enough.
It's not Last House on the Left, but it's enough.
They realize that they're on a spaceship, that they're being abducted, and they're going to be traded. But then Georgie decides to just come up with a plan to beat the shit out of one of the aliens, steal its weapon, and somehow figure things out. So then naturally, as soon as she begins to do that, she threw a bucket of shit, because that's all they have to use, at the alien. The pod they were in lost gravity at some point. Then she's covered in shit, gets the weapon, beats the shit out of this guy, puts on his suit. So not only is she worried about her uniboob, she's covered in feces. She puts on this dead alien suit, somehow fits perfectly, almost, except for the uniboob part.
Yeah.
Crawls out, walks away, gets caught in a snare trap. The snare trap is some dude that's there, some horned blue guy, who then immediately begins to eat her out. Immediately.
Yeah. Oh my God. Dude, hold on. The nonchalant way that these characters handled all of this stuff, right? They are abducted by aliens. Georgie is not the first person there. There are several other girls that have been there far longer than her. And for punishment, if they scream or make noise, these basketball head aliens punish them severely.
One form of punishment.
Yeah.
I think there's two takeaways from Matt's synopsis there. One is that forced cunnilingus is how part one ends.
Yeah.
That's that's, no pun intended, the climax of the story, to the point where they decide to end part one of that's a key fucking event in the book. And then second thing,
the only time we get a second perspective is when she's knocked out and the alien guy's like, ooh, what is this? And starts using a bunch of bullshit words that clearly you're like, all right, this dude's just horny as fuck. And
Yeah.
then
And laughs
switches
at her
back to her.
bush.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The other
What was the
aspect
second thing?
is that part of what you said, Matt, is that we find out that the reason they've been abducted is to be traded or sold. That's not true. We don't find that out.
Yeah.
That's all conjecture. All of the stakes that these girls find them, not all of the stakes, obviously being abducted and raped and all that is pretty bad, but like the stakes of why is all just a guessing game between these characters. We have no evidence to say whether or not it's true.
One character has apparently surgically been implanted with a translator.
That's true.
And does hear them saying something along the lines of, we have to take the cargo somewhere, or something about trading. So they do make a logical assumption based on what the one person heard. And then the one person even says, like, I don't know, not all the words actually translate very well. So
yeah,
this is my best guess.
And I just want to circle back to the cunnilingus part. Like, if
she wanted to as well.
If you find yourself on an alien planet and you were just ensnared in a trap that made you pass out, this is all while having just escaped being raped on an alien fucking spaceship, and you wake up to a what is written as a very tall, horned blue creature that has a textured tongue going down on you, and you're just like, well, I think I'm gonna come now. And you don't like fight or scream or kick. Like, your first reaction is just squirt. I don't know.
My concern though is that means for these books to have the following that they do, and for them to go on for at least 9 sequels. There might be more, I'm not sure, but
no, she said 21.
9. Okay, excuse me, there's 21 sequels. Oh god. For them to go on for 21 sequels, that means that there has to be a population enough out there that reads this part of the book and says, oh yeah, he went down on her so well that she didn't care that she was being raped by a big blue horned creature. I understand that feeling, and it resonates with me.
So I want to read an excerpt.
Oh gosh. You can't even start it. You can't.
He mutters something, and then he begins to rub the hood of my clit, as if trying to figure out the right touch to make me react again. And I respond despite myself. I close my eyes so I don't have to see the look on his face. He continues to touch me, stroking my clit very carefully. After this, by the way, is after she describes his hands as the size of baseball mitts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing pretty good at controlling my reaction, even though every touch of his fingers makes me want to moan. Then I feel his mouth on my clit, and he sucks it gently. Now,
class, let's discuss.
I haven't been a woman for very long, but I don't think women write sex scenes like this. I almost guarantee that this is a fucking male author with a woman's pen name writing this book. Now, I say that
no,
they can have a stand-in as a picture.
Yeah.
I've read many authors that have admitted to that.
Oh my God, can you imagine how shitty Ruby Dixon must be as an author if she's using this horse shit as her ghostwriter? Like, oh my God.
This is it. Look, if this is your thing, if this gets you excited, going, or just the kind of story you enjoy reading, good for you.
Why? It's so, like, the present tense bothers me. The way that she describes everything is awful. And again, what gets me is just how nonchalant and accepting these people are to the horrendous circumstances that they find themselves in.
And it's bad.
Yeah.
It's abduction, right? It's
Grape.
it's grape, it's real bad. But then in addition to that, it is world shattering because it's abduction by aliens. Not just one kind of alien either. There are multiple aliens described. It is cryogenically frozen girls in pods that they're like, well, I mean, hopefully they're just asleep and they don't have to worry about any of this. They don't even care about at this point. There's so many things that would break these women's sanity, like, period. Individually, let alone all of them happening together.
Yeah. Oh my God. Just being in the cell making jokes about what's happening around you at that point. Like, the only thing that actually made sense is them coming up with a plan to try to get out of the cell and kill the alien.
Well, again, and then the only thing that makes sense there is that once the plan was ready to get going, most of the girls were like,
backed out. Yeah.
I don't know about this. Scott has something that he's been researching and it scares me.
I'm not going to lie. I wasn't listening for a moment because I was counting. Take a guess how many books Ruby Dixon's written.
How many books are in the series?
Nope. How many books Ruby Dixon has written?
I'm asking how many books are in the series.
Oh, 21.
21.
I have to guess 21. And
Matt, would you like to take a guess?
160.
Oh, I'll tell you this. It's between those two. Ruby Dixon has written 121 books.
Yeah, anybody can write a book, dude. It's not hard at this point.
This is fucking proof.
I mean, that's insane.
I'm not... Look, Ruby, if you're listening, and we know that you are.
No, I doubt this one. Not at this point. She's turned it off.
Look, this is the first book in this series. I can only assume it's going to get better. You know what I mean? Because that's
maybe
the only
this was
direction.
her first one that she wrote when she was like 12.
First publish, you know?
Oh God, 12?
And had the reading ability of an 8-year-old.
I truly don't think that she's anyway. So for now,
this is AI.
I mean, it might be, but AI would fucking know to use past tense.
Like, I just don't get it, man. It really bothers me. For now, this is where we stopped, is part 1. We'll get into part 2. Scott stupidly promised that next week we will be back to talk about the whole book. Don't know if we're going to do that. But we'll have another update. We'll figure it out
for sure.
It is a slog trying to read this book.
It's painful.
It's not easy.
I find myself finishing a page and then realizing I didn't take in any of the words because I was busy. Like, while my eyes were scrolling the page, my brain was busy thinking about all the other better things I could be doing, like cutting off my pinky toe. It's just like...
Dude, I will read it and then I will have to stop and be like, that was the stupidest sentence that I have ever read. Like, how can this character be this okay with this environment? A blue fucking monster with horns and hands the size of baseball mitts is going down on you, and you're just like, okay, it's fine.
Yeah, I think that I've read smut. I've read independent authors. I've read poorly written books.
You've read supernatural fanfic.
I have actually never read any supernatural fanfic, strangely enough. I know about it, but I have not read any. This just isn't... It feels like a first draft. You know, it feels like it's just an idea. And again, maybe it evolves. And I think that we're going to have to see as we get into like book 7, book 12.
Oh, no. I don't think that my commitment goes that far.
Okay. I see what you'll do for this podcast. Lost focus. There we go.
I'll stay between the covers of book 1.
Yeah. All right. So that is our update for Ice Planet Barbarians, book 1 by
Ruby Dixon. It's only part
Ruby
1.
Dixon. It's part 1, book 1. Book 1,
Only
part 1.
part.
Also, there are no chapters. Anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't have chapters. It took us this long to get to that point. No chapters, just parts.
It's just parts. Not how books are written.
Nope.
All right, moving on. What the fuck
This
else
book
do we have to talk
sucked.
about?
Past tense.
All right, Matt, speaking of weird horned creatures, let's take a visit to the Cryptid Corner. I said horned. Duh.
I know. I'm still laughing.
So this is a new segment.
Everything's
Where-
a new segment.
Yeah.
Except between the covers.
Where I suggested that we talk about something weird or like a story that's gone on or like a paranormal experience, cryptid encounter, etc. Because I think that that'd be kind of fun and just kind of get our reaction to it. So I spent all day today at work and definitely not looking up all of these potential stories that I could read off or talk about. But I did find one. Stumbled across
Only
one that I
one.
think is very interesting. It also has nothing to do with cryptids per se,
Okay.
but it is interesting. So, first and foremost, let me ask you, have either of you heard of Kennedy Ife?
I don't believe so.
Mm.
Name does not ring
Kennedy
a bell.
Ife.
No.
Okay. So, this I'm going to kind of read the article to you and give you an idea as to what's going on. It's not super long, but this was 2019 is when this article was written. A vulnerable man.
I'm sorry. What's
Vulnerable.
the source of the article?
BBC News.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Come at me, man.
I like to be an informed, observer of my media. Okay. Source
Gotcha.
is important. Everyone should take that into consideration.
A vulnerable man was tied up and killed by his own family as they carried out a form of exorcism, a court has heard. Kennedy Ife's parents and brothers mistakenly believed he was possessed by evil spirits and set about curing him. The Old Bailey was told. The Old Bailey is something, I don't know, something in England. They allegedly used cable ties, rope, and handcuffs to restrain the 26-year-old at home in Enfield, North London. 7 members of his family all deny manslaughter. Mr. Ife's parents, Kenneth and Josephine, and brothers Roy, Harry, Colin, Samuel, and Daniel also deny false imprisonment and causing or allowing the death of a vulnerable adult between 19 and the 23rd of August 2016. Prosecutor said his own family decided that because he had become and remained unwell, he should be restrained with cable ties, rope, and handcuffs. They decided that he should be restrained in his own home with them rather than calling 999. Dan, that's England's version of 911.
I know what that is.
Ultimately, that restraint was a cause of his tragic death. When Mr. Ife showed signs of illness in August 2016, his family believed he had become possessed by evil spirits and decided to restrain him. The family put misguided religious beliefs about this young man being possessed by a demon or evil spirits before the obvious and common sense conclusion that he needed help and did not need to be restrained. They made an emergency call, but Mr. Ife could not be saved, the jury heard. Instead of calling 999 or seeking other expert assistance, they sought to cure his perceived illness through prayer and restraint. Whether this was some form of exorcism will be a matter for you in due course. In short, the Ife family took the law into their own hands. This article ends with the trial continues, but the trial did finish.
Were they found guilty?
I want to stop there and let's just get immediate reactions and thoughts.
Well, I mean, first off, I think it's awfully presumptuous for the BBC to start off their article by saying that they mistakenly assumed that he was needed an exorcism. We can't know that for sure or not at this point.
Says the biggest skeptic on the podcast. By far.
I'm just
He
pointing
says
out.
that, but he carries around holy water just in
I'm not
case.
look. I'm not saying I disagree with them. I'm just pointing out the journalistic integrity. As a media studies journalism major, that caught my attention.
Okay,
So
Dan.
my initial thought was, um, what was the illness? Do we know? Does it say? If the
Was
reason
that
that
ever
I
determined?
ask is that I have to imagine in years past that mentally ill people, think about schizophrenia, dementia, um, severe cases of autism where they're nonverbal. I have to wonder how many of those people were mistaken as being, you know,
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of
controlled
I
them.
by
mean,
demons or
Yes.
witches and mutilated and tortured.
literally, the word hysteria or hysterical or any of those from that root come from the idea that women, when they were on their period, were possessed and they needed to go to the mental institution to get it taken out of them, which just included masturbating, basically. It was a whole thing, dude.
Eventually, we
Pe-
learned that wasn't true, and that we figured out that it was because their uteruses were moving, and that
Mhm.
was the problem.
And legitimately, people make these
Hysterical. That's not funny at all.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's the root.
But it is one of those things that, like, the idea that somebody is possessed by a demon because they have a mental illness or they're being, I don't know, it really bothers me. It really
Yeah,
bothers me.
same.
So, according to his parents, jurors heard the family held deep religious beliefs and were connected with the Jesus Sanctuary Ministries in Southeast London. On the 19th of August, Kennedy became aggressive, bit his father, and threatened to cut off his own penis, so his mother sought advice from a minister rather than medical help. The
So
family then
mentally
set
ill.
about attempting to cure Kennedy through restraint and prayer over the next 3 days. Roy Ife said his brother's actions were shocking to hear, but he did not consider calling professional help because it was a domestic issue.
Mm.
Kenneth
So
Ife told jurors he ordered his sons to take shifts and use overwhelming force, but denied that an association with cults, occults, and secret societies played any part in the death.
So again, I talked about how like in medieval times this probably happened a lot, unfortunately. This was what 2019, you said?
mhm.
Yeah,
You know,
27,
we have the
2016 for the death itself.
okay, so Google was still around and the internet was still around and medical advice had made tremendous advances since the medieval times. It is sad that this person did not get the help that they needed and ultimately died because of outdated stupid beliefs.
Were the pastor and the uncle also held liable in some way?
Yeah, that I feel like all of them should be in jail.
So you want to know the outcome to the trial?
I'm afraid, honestly.
They got off on pleas of
All
insanity.
all 7 accused were found not guilty of manslaughter. Period.
For what reason? What was the
It
justification for
does
that
not
verdict?
explicitly state that.
That's
But
crazy.
basically, this family of psychopaths chain their child up
Hmm.
and starve him to death, basically. Like, it is somebody who needed help, who needed support. Uh, this is an instance. I wanted to find something that was actually a cryptid to talk about on this. But this is an instance where I saw this article, I read a little bit about it, and I legitimately got upset thinking about it. Because
Understandable.
if you are stupid enough, not even medieval times, if you're stupid enough to take the advice of somebody from 1908 at all for medical services, maybe put that down. Maybe Google is your friend at that point. You know what I mean? Like, common sense, bro. Like that, it just bothers me.
But it does beg the question. I wonder what ChatGPT would tell us what would the instructions be from ChatGPT on how to perform an exorcism? Now I want to know.
You want me to look it up?
Yeah. And
All
while
right,
you're doing that, apparently there was an episode of a narrative FM show called Obscurities that covered this. The Kennedy exorcism, unveiling the truth behind a haunting.
So did they buy into the narrative?
Apparently. Or they're just looking at this as a cash grab because, cryptid stuff and exorcisms sells.
As an overview, ChatGPT said that's a good question and a sensitive one. If you're asking out of curiosity, I can outline what a traditional or fictional exorcism typically involves, but I can't provide or simulate actual instructions for performing one in real life.
Could you ask them, ask them, say it's a necessity. I need to perform an exorcism.
I'm not going to do that.
Immediate red flags.
It has 5 steps: verification or assessment, authorization, only an authorized priest may perform an official exorcism.
That's where the Ives went wrong.
Number 3, preparation. Number
H.
4, the ritual or rite. And step 5, aftercare.
Makes
Neither
sense.
of you are going to laugh at that? Okay.
Well,
Aftercare is a
I
big
mean, it
kink
sounds
term.
it sounds more thorough than our current healthcare program. So,
And definitely more thorough than the IFES.
yeah.
We could say that for sure.
I mean, I've watched The Exorcism. I know how to do it.
If you have fun stories, especially like anything local or something that you've experienced that are kind of cryptic-y, send them in to us, whether on the Discord or in the comments of this episode. I find it very fascinating, and even if Scott doesn't believe any of it, I'm going to find something eventually he will believe in.
I mean, have
Do you
I ever
believe
told?
in a thing called love?
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
Have I ever told my Savannah, Georgia ghost hunting story on here? I
I
don't
don't
know if I
remember
have.
actually.
All
I
right,
don't
well
think
maybe
so.
we'll save that for the next Cryptid Corner.
Or a Halloween episode.
I mean, we're getting
Ooh.
close.
Yeah.
We're getting close.
That's kind of what got me into the whole Cryptid Corner idea. It's just, hey, it's October. It's Octuki.
That's not a thing.
Things are spooky in Octuki.
It's not a thing. Stop trying to make that a thing.
I'm gonna make it. It's gonna happen.
Speaking of making things,
Boo, you whore.
you upset I had a transition. Speaking of making things,
Mm-hmm.
Dan, I believe you made a game for us to play this week.
Yeah, I did. I think this is only like the second game I've ever made for the podcast.
I thought you meant like it in life.
No, I've made plenty of games in life, including the game of life. But I'm realizing right now, after that previous Cryptid Corner and our Between the Covers book review, that this whole episode could just be called The Failure of Humankind. Because the game that I'm going to make,
You haven't made it yet?
the game that I have made.
He's trying to get it on his screen and
Yeah.
talk at the same time. It's
exactly. Is Florida or fiction? So I was reading this book, and Georgie, who is the protagonist of that book, is from Florida. And it got me thinking, it might not be that far out for somebody in Florida to just be okay with being abducted by aliens and having a big blue monster perform cunnilingus on her. So that got me thinking, what else could I find? So, gentlemen, get ready for Florida or fiction. So, how to play. Basically, I'm going to show a news headline, and you have 15 seconds to decide if the headline is real, a real Florida story, or complete fiction that I've just made up.
Are we
Do you
working
understand the
cooperatively
rules?
on this?
No, well, so you guys will both get scores. You'll both be able to answer, and whoever has the most points wins the
Okay,
game.
I got it. All right, I'm with you.
Matt, you understand?
Yeah, as
Uh,
much as possible.
I also made it that way because I didn't want to have to be responsible for figuring out who buzzed in early.
Fair enough.
All right. Are you ready?
Why are you trying to show
I
me up with
said-
animations and shit?
Are you ready?
Florida man tries to get an alligator drunk.
I don't need seconds. This is 100% Florida.
I mean, I'll go with Florida as well, but it seems almost too tame for Florida.
Yeah, my only thought, like, this is a headline you pulled from a news source, verbatim. Is that our understanding?
Yes. All of these are headlines that I pulled from a news story or in my butt.
It seems a little too simplistic to be an actual headline, you know? Like, an actual headline would be Florida man provides alligator 32 Coors Lights. Like, it would be, I feel like,
It would be
I
very
guess it depends.
specific.
Maybe. I guess it depends on the quality of the paper, which, again, we have to take into account. This is probably a Florida paper. So, all right. Yeah, I'm sticking Florida.
All right. Florida is Scott's answer. Matt, your answer.
I said Florida too.
Okay. Answer is Florida.
That's two
Back
men.
on August 26, 2019, only one of them poured beer into the alligator's mouth. The other one filmed it.
Oh, it's like, so why are they
Timothy
both arrested?
Kepke and Noah Osborne were arrested in Palm City, Florida after Osborne caught an alligator with his bare hands and Kepke poured beer in its mouth while trying to get it to bite him. That might be the most Florida sentence I have ever seen in my life. The incident was filmed and reported to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation, and those two assholes were arrested. Good for them. I hope they get eaten by gators.
I don't know where you got this image from, but that alligator looks so happy.
Well, I mean, he's drunk, so, you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, so you both get a point. I meant to bring a notebook down. I did not, so I'm going to have to keep it here.
I have
And
this.
just put it on your fingers.
All right. Florida man drives stolen truck to Space Force base to warn of an alien dragon war. Florida or fiction?
What do you think, Matt?
Florida.
Think so? Why?
Although, is there a Space Force base in Florida? Or did he drive to Colorado?
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see that. I
I'm
know a Florida man, Florida person story, and I don't know if you would have pulled it for this, but so yeah, Florida. Sorry, Scott.
you're good. I'm gonna say fiction. I think this one's very Dan coded. I think he likes the idea of Space Force. I think he finds it humorous. I think Alien Dragon War is very specifically something Dan would make up. This smells like one of his farts, and I think it came from his ass.
I forgot to criticize the number of Star Wars references in the book.
Oh, there are a shockingly large
Unusual
number
number
of Star
of
Wars. Yeah.
not
Yeah.
and like original trilogy Star Wars. Anyway,
Yeah.
We jumped all the way back to between the covers there for a brief second.
this reminded me when I started talking about
Just
Space Force and war.
Gave the audience whiplash.
Well, Scott did say Space Wars, so all right.
Force. Space Force.
So, Scott, you're saying fiction. Matt,
Yeah.
you're saying Florida.
Yep.
Who got it right? Matt did. Florida, on July 22nd, 2022, Corey Johnson stole a 2013 F-150 and drove it to Patrick Space Force Base. And he told deputies that President Biden had instructed him telepathically, obviously, to warn the government about a war between U.S. aliens and Chinese dragons. He was arrested and charged with grand theft.
He gave the aliens and the dragons nationalities.
Yeah.
It's like that is the team name, the United States aliens and the Chinese dragons. That's terrible.
Yeah. So But I think we can all be relieved that his family didn't tie him down and try to perform an exorcism until he died. So
We
Sure.
honestly, I don't know. I guess he
silver
was trying to
linings.
help us. Yeah.
He had good intentions.
He did.
Look at him. That dude has done meth every day since he turned 16.
Yeah. And to be fair, President Biden couldn't talk much verbally. I doubt
It was all
telepathically. Yeah.
Oh, well, I was giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, that's probably why he had to do it
That's
telepathically.
okay. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to ask Corey Johnson. Corey, if you're listening.
I'm not. Nope, not jumping in that one either.
All right. So, Scott's got 1 point. Matt's got 2.
Look at you doing that math. I'm so proud of you.
Me too. Florida man teaches raccoons to steal from vending machines.
I feel the same way about this one as I did the last one, but it bit me in the ass last time. I mean, raccoons are 100% right up Dan's alley. Like, okay, so I've noticed, I've been listening to Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend, right? And I've noticed the thing that if he needs to think of a food in a joke, he says caramel a lot. Like, caramel is his go-to funny food for whatever reason. Raccoons are Dan's go-to funny animal. Like, if he's going to get to the campsite and you know, be joking about being excited to see an animal, raccoon is going to be the one that he says. I am going to say that Dan made this one up as well, even though I was wrong last time. I'm already losing. What have I got to lose now?
I have a game plan, and this is Florida.
All right, he's got.
Is that your game plan?
Yep.
Wait, is your game plan that all of them are Florida?
We'll see.
Dan didn't want to have to be creative at all. He just got.
Answer is fiction. Yeah, I totally made that up.
Tied the game.
Also, if you're not
Look
watching
at that
on
little
YouTube,
guy, though.
yeah, you're missing an adorable picture of a raccoon getting arrested.
I do like how the handcuff goes slightly into the far left side of the police officer's hand.
Oh yeah, it's totally an AI picture, but
Look
still
at the
good.
gun. It's not even buckled in. God.
No, he definitely had it drawn on that raccoon a few minutes ago.
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
kidding me? That fucker's wearing a mask.
Yeah, he doesn't know what's going on.
But I do have a new career goal, and that is to train an army of raccoons to steal for me. All right.
Yeah, man.
So
Raccoons are
now
like
it is
The
tied up
mammals of crows.
2-2. Next question. Florida man crashes car in the mall, says he was trying to time travel. Florida, or fiction?
I'm with Florida.
That is definitely something somebody from fucking, I don't know, West Palm Beach would do.
Yeah.
Literally
thinking,
could not think of a town in Florida for a second.
it's a South Florida thing, I feel like. It's not like a Miami area. Dade County, somewhere around there.
All right.
But definitely Florida.
So you're both saying Florida?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, wait.
No. The answers are locked in.
My only worry here is the time travel and the mall correlation makes me think that it could be Dan doing a play on Back to the Future.
No.
I feel like I'm overthinking it. It's Florida. Let's go on. It's Florida.
Is it final answer?
Final answer. I'm done.
All right. It is Florida.
Okay.
December 20th, 2015, an unidentified man in Pensacola. I don't know where Pensacola is.
Pensacola, Florida.
Just drove a Dodge Challenger into a strip mall, crashing through a tax service office and a casket shop. I don't know what the fuck that is, but he told police he was attempting to time travel inspired by Back to the Future. Luckily, no one was injured, and the man was taken in for evaluation.
It was Back to the Future. I just think Dan is a Florida man, apparently.
Back to the Future and raccoons, baby.
I also don't want to skirt over. You know exactly what a casket shop is. It's pretty straight. It's in the name, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
I was
you
wrong.
You would have a casket shop in a different lifetime.
It was a peninsula.
Dan's Caskets.
That's funny. What kind of mall has a That's
A
a terrible
casket
mall.
show. Yeah.
Tax services and a
I have a-
death.
It
I have a
sounds
The
feeling-
only
really
two things
depressing.
guaranteed in life: death and taxes.
To be fair, I
Right
think
there
the
in one
mall
mall.
is a strip mall.
I mean, yeah, it does say that. I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
Oh
But
my
still,
God.
really depressing.
All right.
All right.
But okay, hold on. He was attempting to time travel inspired by Back to the Future. He knows you can't just go 88 miles an hour. Like, you have to have a flux capacitor and all that too, right? Did he do anything to his car
plus
before
plutonium.
deciding to go 88 miles an hour into the side of a casket shop and launch himself into a casket?
I mean, clearly
even
you
have the
don't
right
know
car.
the power of a Dodge Challenger.
Apparently.
Is it going to drive fast enough around the world backwards to make it spin in reverse and send back time?
Yeah, exactly
It's-
how Superman did it.
That is not a Superman car. Keep moving.
All right. Florida man opens Gator Yoga Studio. 3 people hospitalized.
How do you feel, Matt?
No. I answered first last time.
Oh, okay.
By the way, scores 3-all since you both guessed right.
how many more
on the last
questions
one.
are there?
I don't remember.
Great.
Jesus Christ. Maybe we should go a little bit quicker.
There's not that many. I think there's 2 left after this one.
I'm going to say that this one is fiction. I'm going to go fiction.
All right. I was going to go fiction, but now I'm going to go Florida.
Final answers?
So the game plans just say opposite of me.
Not always.
He's playing for points. But
I know.
unfortunately, Scott, you're playing for keeps. It is fiction. I did have fun putting that together, though.
That's an
By the way,
adorable
the
gator
fact
doing
that you have to think this long over whether somebody opens a Gator Yoga Studio tells
Yeah,
you
I
a
mean-
lot about Florida.
there are reasons I would not ever want to live there.
Yeah.
All
All right. Florida woman arrested for trying to marry a dolphin in a public ceremony.
I mean, that's a private ceremony thing, you know?
Not to her, apparently.
I'm going to go Florida.
I'm going Florida as well. I think this is a real one.
All right. For the record, Scott has 4. Matt has 3. Answer is, you're both wrong.
Oh, fuck.
Look at his suit.
Yeah, this is a nice little suit. Nice.
Why is your
tuxedo.
style watercolors?
I don't know.
Why do you only have AI make watercolors?
The raccoon was definitely a real life picture.
Nah.
All right. Last question. Florida man sneaks into a Taylor Swift concert by posing as a security guard. Florida or fiction?
I am going to say... The question is, if this had happened, do I feel like I would have heard about it?
Being such a big Swiftie.
I dedicated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Florida. I think it did happen. I don't think even if it did, I would have heard about it.
You said what? Fiction?
Florida.
Ugh. All right. For points, I have to go fiction. I have to break my game plan.
Unfortunately, it is Florida. On October 18th, 2024, Ivan Mariotti was arrested at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami after impersonating a security guard to gain access to Taylor Swift's Eras Tour. He wore a suit and a badge and claimed he was hired by 4 women to escort them. He was charged with impersonating an officer and interfering with an entertainment event. I did not know that last charge was a charge, but it's Florida.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. It would be the same thing people would be charged with if they go streaking on a football field or things along those lines. The impersonating an officer is interesting because if he dressed up as security, I don't think they have credentials.
Well,
I don't know. I
so
was wondering that too.
a lot of security are police officers getting overtime to work the event.
I
Just to
guess
let
it
you know.
like yeah, but like private security, are they considered badged enough? I
They
mean,
probably
obviously
have
they
to
were for
have some
this.
sort of safety certification and like some sort of certification. I don't know what, but
Oh, interesting.
yeah. All right. So Scott wins with a score of 5-3. But I think we can all agree that I'm the winner for making you guys play and for not living in Florida.
So my favorite Florida person article. I'm just going to read you the headline. Florida couple arrested for selling tickets to heaven.
How much were they?
$99.
I mean, that's pretty cheap.
It's not a bad deal when you think about it. It
Is there a
gets
way to
worse.
avoid it, or like is it just no matter what, I've got a ticket?
A couple in Florida, Tito and Amanda Watts, were arrested a few days ago for selling golden tickets to heaven to hundreds of people. They sold the tickets on the street for $99 per ticket, told the buyers the tickets were made from solid gold and that each ticket reserved the buyer a spot in heaven. Tito Watts said in his police statement, "I do not care what the police say. The tickets are solid gold, and it was Jesus who gave them to me behind the KFC and told me to sell them so I could give me some money to go to outer space. I met an alien named Stevie who said if I got the cash together, he would take me and my wife on his flying saucer to his planet that is made entirely of drugs. You should arrest Jesus because he is the one that gave me the golden tickets. I'm willing to wear a wire and set Jesus up."
So a modern day Judas.
You know, the most upsetting part out of all of that for me is that there were hundreds of people that were stupid enough to fucking buy the things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's
You
real
know,
hard to feel
Florida.
bad.
The story is about him, sure, but you got to really think about those background characters sometimes. You know, most of those people who bought those, their vote counts the same as yours and mine. Did you know that?
Do you want to hear his wife's
That might
quote?
not even be true depending on the state you live in because of the electoral college. Some votes do count for more power.
Mm-hmm.
So I but at face value, it's this. Oh my god! And they vote. They can vote. And
So
they bought golden tickets to heaven from a crackhead on the corner who got them from Jesus buying the KFC.
Amanda Watts, his wife, said, "We just wanted to leave Earth and go to space and do drugs. I did not do anything. Tito sold the gold tickets to heaven. I just watched."
Space
Police
drugs.
So
Great
police
defense.
said they confiscated over $10,000.
Holy
Ten-
shit.
Hold on,
And
I
99
forgot about
bucks
the
a
last
pop?
part.
People.
I forgot about the last part. They found $10,000 in cash, drug paraphernalia, and a baby alligator.
That's so many people
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that are. Oh my god. That's
So
Can
anyway,
you imagine like believing
go-
that and
go
coming
vote.
home, baby, I got a golden ticket to heaven. How many did you get? One?
Fuck you. I always
Oh.
hated you. Anyway,
That's so upsetting.
fucking wild. Good job, Dan, on the game. Proud of you.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the part when I won. Fellas, what do we have in store for next week?
Another
Same thing.
episode.
Exactly. We don't know. Another episode of Unbracketed.
Mhm.
But that's, we have a suggestion of an outline of a plan. That's not even true. We don't even have that for next week yet. We'll probably revisit between the covers. Maybe we'll do a weight loss challenge update. You know what? Pop in the Discord. Tell us what you want to hear.
Tell us what you want.
Please don't.
Zigazaa.
don't.
Except
Be
the problem
alien
is they're not going to
cunnilingus.
tell us what they want for that next episode because we're going to record that episode before we release this episode.
Stop overthinking it. As always,
Tell us what you want, what you really, really want.
yeah, that song. Anyway, we're gonna go off on another tangent. The episode's long enough as it is. As always, we want to thank you for sticking with us. Share your thoughts about Unbracketed. Again, this is episode 2. We want to know how you feel about this new looser, weirder, crazy format. So all the socials, we're on there. We've got the Discord. You can join at any time. Link is in our bios. We want to thank Aaron O'Donnell from Aaron O'Donnell Music for the track here at the beginning and end of every episode. I want to thank Matt for doing all the editing and creating cool animations and our new Unbracketed logo, and for just being sexy.
It was a collaboration on the new logo. Dan gave the rough idea, and then I tried to make it better.
There you go.
I don't know if I did or not. It's fine.
You put it in a usable format at the very least.
That's
Dan?
what I am all about, is an MVP, minimum viable products.
Dan, I also want to thank you for being sexy. I just didn't want you to feel left out.
Not that side of your face specifically.
Nope, you ruined it. I apologize. I take it back. All right, that was Unbracketed. We don't have like a fun name, intro, and outro thing like we did before. But I'm Scott.
We'll come up with one.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Dan.
Bye-bye now, y'all.